Hello, my name is Paul Wilson Jr., Area Director of the UGA Small Business Development Center at Georgia State University, and this is your Business Tip of the Week. I'm a big movie buff, and whenever I'm watching a movie, sometimes it's hard to turn off my business mind, because oftentimes I hear things that characters say or different phrases that they use, and to me, it will relate back to a business principle or best practice can be utilized. So recently I was watching a movie, I forget which one it was, but the character said something to the effect of, you can either pay me now or you can pay me later, but either way, you're gonna pay, right? So sooner or later, that bill is gonna come due whether you pay it now or later. So what that quote makes me think about is the decision-making process that business owners have to go through in order to purchase the products or services that they need, right, in order to run their business and sell products and services to their customers. Oftentimes, though, the default decision when it comes to choosing a supplier oftentimes goes to the lowest price, right? But I get it, right? You're managing your finances, you want to keep your expenses low so you maximize your profits. But in many cases, what's overlooked is the total cost of ownership. So yes, you may be getting a great low price on the front end and you bought from the lowest bidder, but did you really get the best deal overall from a total cost of ownership perspective? Well, what can be included in total cost of ownership? Some things that oftentimes are ignored or overlooked or downplayed in the evaluation process. So one is replacement cost. Is it going to cost me money to stop utilizing one material in order to switch over to another? Or one piece of equipment to switch over to another? Or one service relationship, let's say with an accountant or lawyer, is there a breakup fee or any other cost associated with stopping one relationship in order to be able to start another, right? Those are replacement costs. Are there installation costs that may or may not be considered? Or one installation cost may be higher versus another. So if I'm buying a piece of equipment, equipment A may be a lower price, but may have a higher installation cost, right? So those are some things to consider as you're going through the process. We have replacement costs, we have installation costs, but then maintenance costs. So let's say you have this thing installed or you started this new relationship. And so is there a monthly maintenance fee that's involved in this process? And then repair costs. Again, of course, you see I'm kind of leaning towards the equipment side, but think about it again across the board of everything you're having to buy. Are there repair costs? If things are breaking down consistently and you're having to pay a lot of repair costs, right, now that total cost of ownership is actually increasing. And so what was initially a great maybe purchase price, maybe not look so great right now after the fact. And of course, there are potentially disposal costs, right? So now if you have to start the process all over again, or replace what you purchased, or replace a service that you started using with a different service, right? What are the costs associated with disposing of, right, of those costs? You may have replacement costs on the front end, a disposal cost on the back end. But of course, we can't predict the future, right? So we don't know exactly what's going to happen to every purchase that we make, because just because it costs more upfront and it's more expensive doesn't mean it's higher quality. So that's very true too from that standpoint. So just a couple of things that you want to keep in mind as you're going through a process of total cost of ownership evaluation. So sometimes low price isn't as low as you think it is if you consider all these other factors. So again, consider total cost of ownership as you're making pricing decisions in order to maximize your profits, not just in the short term, but also in the long term. And that's your business tip of the week. Contact us today to take advantage of no-cost one-on-one consulting for your business.